Hey friends, welcome back to Simply a Better You. It has been a while since I have done a ButcherBox reveal. So I have been ordering from ButcherBox for 5 years now, and I have absolutely fallen in love with the company. I love their customer service. I love that every time I call, I get a human being. That's very rare in a company. When I email them or, I have a quick question and I do the contact information online, I have a response either within that day or within 24 hours. Their customer service is absolutely amazing. So I am 100% sold on ButcherBox. Just so you guys know, this isn't sponsored, and I will go ahead and link below the ButcherBox website and all their information. I'm not sure the sale that they are currently running right now for new subscribers. I'll go ahead and put my code below that I use to refer any of my friends. I will check out the most current special incentive for new subscribers and link it down below for you so that you guys have all the information. But I'm going to go ahead and unpack these boxes. I just got them. It's late in the evening, just so you guys can see, what I ordered and of course how it comes. So these boxes actually ship from Jacksonville, Florida. When I lived in Florida and I would place an order, I usually had my box within 24 to 48 hours because, I was in the same state. Now it takes a few more days. So it's usually 3 to 4 days now, and that's okay. I plan accordingly, but let's go ahead and unbox these. So usually I order my standard box, which is about $306, and I get 12 selections of meat. Now, over the years, I have figured out exactly what to purchase to get the largest amount of meat I can in my box that we are going to eat. Everybody eats different meat, so we lean a little bit heavier on beef and chicken than we do sometimes pork, or I'll order heavy beef and chicken one month and then the next month I'll place like an all pork order. So that's how we kind of even it out over the months. So one box, and I get the complete custom box. It's $306. You get 12 selections, and I think, is it about 22 pounds of meat? I'll have to look and get you guys all the details. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to list below, like I do my Azure order, everything that I purchased and the cost, and I will make sure to list the pounds of the meat that I ordered so you guys can see that, one package of hamburger is 1 pound. So you guys have an idea of how much. So the boxes come well insulated. This is a big piece of insulation. They come packed with dry ice, and they determine based on the distance that the box is going how much dry ice they need to pack in here. Usually by the time the box gets to me during warmer seasons, the dry ice has completely evaporated, and depending on the temperature outside, when it is really hot, sometimes the meat will be in that thawing process, but it's never completely thawed. And if it is completely thawed, then there is a certain temperature when meat is no longer safe. And I'll make sure to list that down below because I can't remember the number off the top of my head. But ButcherBox actually lists this information on their website. And if you were to ever receive a box that was completely thawed or the meat had gone bad, they will replace your box, whether it is the shipper's fault or their fault. I'm very impressed that they take their meat that seriously. They love their customers that much that they are willing to still provide you with a replacement box at no cost to you. Now, if it's your fault, and this is from my own experience, I actually shipped a box over $400 worth of meat to the wrong address. So we were right in the middle of moving, and I have my boxes set to, auto order, and I totally forgot. And we moved that week from Florida to Kentucky, and I shipped the box to Florida. We still don't know where that box ended up, but it was never delivered to our old house. We actually interrupted the delivery, and UPS lost our box. So I had to file a claim with them. But ButcherBox actually offered to replace the box that was lost, which was my fault, at 50% cost. So half of what I paid for. They paid for half and I paid for half, and they shipped me a new box. I feel that that was more than fair because it was my fault. But they wanted to make sure that we had meat, especially since I talked to the lady on the phone. Another great thing is when you call, you get a real person. And I talked to the lady on the phone and told her what I had done and that we had just moved and everything was crazy. And she's like, I am so sorry that you're going through this. We're going to go ahead and help you out here and offer you this. And are you okay with that? I was just floored because the company doesn't have to do that. And we know meat is expensive. All of us go to the grocery store and look at the meat prices and we're like, wow. I remember when chicken was 99 cents a pound or $1.99 a pound. And now it just doesn't happen. But let's go ahead and jump in here and I'll show you guys what I got. So this is my standard box that I order. I always get their whole chickens. They range between about 3 and 4.5 pounds. They're a good sized chicken. They feed our family of 4. So I always get at least 1, sometimes 2, because these will go on sale. I went ahead and picked up I believe this is a pork loin. Most of the time they have labels on them. This is a pork loin. But I went ahead and picked up a pork loin. This I use to cut into pork chops. That's what I use this for. I do not cook this completely and shred it. I get a different type of meat for that. This I cut into pork chops. You can actually get, depending on the side of your family, you can get 2 meals out of this, especially if you're cutting pork chops. This is what I use for shredded pork. This is a boneless butt. Yep, pork boneless butt. This is a half size. Breakfast sausage. The breakfast sausage is amazing. And what's great, y'all, there's no sugar in this. So if you are doing the Whole30 or paleo diet, and it even has the little stamp on here, Whole30 approved, there is no sugar in these. A lot of us don't realize how much sugar is added to our meat. Like in bacon and sausage, we never think, wow, there's sugar in that. So, okay, the rest of this is hamburger. Hang on, I got an itch. So the rest of this is hamburger. Now, they package some of their meats in 2s. So this is 1 pound, this is the 2nd pound, but this counts as 1 on my 12 count total. So here is hamburger. I think I got 6 of these. 2, 3. Yeah. So we do use a lot of hamburger. Taco nights and such. Just so you guys can see, the box is completely lined. You can use the boxes for your garden, which is great. They're good size boxes. That's what I like to use them for. They also make great donation boxes if you're cleaning out your closet. So we got 6. Okay, so let me show you how this would work. Generally, there's 12 items in the box. Your double packaged items count as 1. I have 10 out here. There's 1 item missing from my box. So I will contact them and see exactly what happened there. If they forget to put something in the box, which is really rare, you have the option to credit your account, add it to your next order, obviously free of charge. They add it to your next order, or they will ship the item out to you separately. Totally up to you. Okay, so let's go through what is in my add-on box. I have got ground chicken. There's 2 packs of ground chicken in here. Salmon. Their salmon is awesome. It's individually packed, which works great for me since I'm the only one that eats salmon in the house. So I get 2 of these. I have got these chicken thighs. My chicken thighs, the chicken thighs come in 1-pound packages. You get 3. This counts as 1 on your meat count. The sweet Italian ground pork, there is no sugar in this. I'm just verifying it on the back. There's no sugar in this. And then the rest of this is bacon. So this also, when you order your bacon, this counts as 1 pack, and you get 3 to a pack. They were having a sale on bacon, so I went ahead and got a bundle pack that came with 2 pounds of hamburger and 1 thing of bacon. Unless I might have switched it up to chicken. Now it looks more like a grocery haul. I went to the grocery store and got meat for the month. My general box is $306, and then I added an additional about $73 on top of that in add-ons. And the add-ons are totally optional. And you have a certain period of time, so before your next box ships, you can add these add-ons. And once they're in your cart, they're safe. Okay, so you have added them to your box to ship. Once you remove them, they go back in the pile. Somebody else can place an order. So once things are out of stock or no longer available, you can no longer take them and put them back in to your cart. But that's what I love about this, is if you see a sale and you're like, oh, I want to grab that now, stick it in your box that is going to go ahead and order for that month before it ships, and it's safe. You don't have to worry about it going out of stock. So let's see. Yeah, about $73 in add-ons, and I did the bacon and burger bundle. Oh, I see what they did. They actually, I'm not missing anything. They shipped me 2 separate boxes and actually put things together in the boxes. I got 12 pounds of ground beef. This is an 85-15 mix. 2 pounds of the breakfast sausage, 2 pounds of the sweet Italian ground sausage, which is the best I have ever had. We've got 3 pounds of the bone-in chicken thighs. I love bone-in chicken thighs with the skin on them because I like to do the crispy skin on the outside. 1 whole chicken. I love when these go on sale because you can actually get an all-organic chicken with them for $13 or less. Sometimes they'll do a $10 or a $12 sale, and I stock up on them. We've got the 2 packages of salmon, and there's about 5 to 7 pieces in each one of these bags. We have our pork loin and the pork butt. This is what I use for shredded meat. These are pork chops, and our 2 packages of ground chicken. Those are usually for chicken nuggets because we do homemade chicken nuggets. And then I have an abundance of bacon. We eat a lot of bacon. It's my favorite and Mia's favorite in the morning, and their bacon is so good. So let's see, 3, 6, 9. I've got 9 packs of bacon. And the trick is to make the bacon last for the whole month. I've never been able to do it. Bacon is one of those things that I have to go to Kroger's and purchase because, you know, we love bacon. The sausage will last. We'll do, you know, 2 breakfasts that have some type of sausage in it, or I will make sausage burritos or something like that, sausage and biscuits and gravy. But my grand total, and just so you know, shipping's free. So there's no shipping, there's no additional tax, and my total came to $378.70. Just so you guys know, this is non-GMO, USDA organic, certified humane, 100% grass-fed, grass-finished. I believe these are heritage pork. I have to look. Not all. Let's see what we got here. No antibiotics ever, no added hormones, all vegetarian feed, and pork chosen for flavor and quality, certified humane, raised and handled, and of course Whole30 approved. So depending on what you are looking for in meat, they probably have it. They do have additional add-ons now that they didn't have before, where they are doing their own packaged tenderloins and marinated meat, chicken nuggets. They do have a selection of broths as well as lunch meats, all beef hot dogs, and I believe they even do some completely cooked meat, so you can get like a roast or some chickens that you can order if you want something that's already done for you. I've never tried any of that, with the exception of the hot dogs and the, what is it? The hot dogs, and we tried the chicken nuggets. Honestly, the chicken nuggets tasted like chicken nuggets that I would get from the grocery store, and we make ours, so I just didn't really feel like it was a worthwhile selection for purchasing meat for the month. And then I've never tried any of their broths or anything like that. I want the most for my money. And we know that meat is expensive. Organic meat is expensive. And anything that has a label on it that's going to say organic, non-GMO, certified humane, pasture raised, the price just keeps going up and up. And it's hard to source these things inside of a grocery store. I'm actually seeing now that when I go to the grocery store, all the organic meat is gone, or there's 1 or 2 things there. It is very hard for me to find Alaskan Sockeye salmon, wild caught, because they don't have it here in the grocery stores that are by me. If I was in Florida, it would be something easier to source, but not where I am now. Very hard to get organic chicken in the store that's in stock. And we're talking about the chicken that comes from Purdue. So it's just, you can never get anything in stock anymore, especially a whole organic chicken. You're not going to find it in a grocery store where I am. You would have better luck to grow it in your own backyard or find a farmer around that's getting ready to butcher chickens. So same thing with pork. Organic pork in the store, or anything that is a heritage breed, certified humane, no sugar, Whole30, this you can't find in a grocery store. At least not where I am. The closest thing I can find is Applegate, and that's anywhere from $8, $9, $12 for 1 package of bacon. And I can't. So, purchasing meat like this has saved me money over time. And when I mean saved me money over time, it's because of the meat that I'm wanting to source, the quality of meat I'm wanting to source. If I can't find it from a farmer and I need to order it through a subscription service of some type, I'm choosing ButcherBox. I have looked at some of the other subscription services. They don't have all the meat selections I want, like a whole chicken or the salmon, or they don't have 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef. They carry something a little different, and I know what I'm looking for. Otherwise, I probably would have switched from ButcherBox, because I have found a few subscription services. They're a meat company that sell things a little cheaper, but they don't have what I'm looking for. So I am wanting high quality, the best source meat that I can possibly find that I can't get from a farmer here. I would much rather purchase this from a neighbor or a farmer that is within my county, knowing that I'm helping him put food on the table as well by supporting their family. But sometimes it's not available. You know, usually you have to be put on a waiting list to get a side of beef. And we missed the list this year. So it looks like I will be ordering meat through the winter instead of getting a side of beef this fall and putting it in my freezer. So we will plan better next year. But I wanted to share this with you guys so that you guys can begin to see how I actually source food and save money. This meat will last me a month. I plan my meals out very strategically. A chicken, and remember, I'm a family of 4 and I have 2 girls. The boys are long gone. They're on their own and married and cooking for themselves. Thank the Lord, because this meat would not last me for a family of 7, especially with 2 boys. But this right here, for our family size and the way that we eat, we can get 2 meals out of this chicken. We can get 2 to 3 meals out of this pork loin. We'll get 2 meals out of this pork butt. And then 2 meals out of this, and 2 out of this, and 2. So you can see how this stretches. Salmon usually is my lunch go-to food, or maybe a breakfast. And then, of course, you guys know that we have our own chickens, so we have eggs galore at the moment. And we make this stretch. You know, I will use vegetables to fill a meal out. And if I need it to stretch a little bit I need it to stretch a little bit more, then yes, I will add things like rice or noodles for the girls. So we make it work. And it took some time to adjust to that. Probably the first 3 to 4 months, I really struggled to make this last. And you know, it was something I had to adapt to because I was so used to, you know, getting whatever I wanted from the grocery store, cooking it, throwing together a lot of very starch-heavy food. And if it went bad in the fridge, oh well, you know, you just threw it in the trash. I would cry if I had to throw this in the trash now. Sometimes it happens, you know, things get pushed to the back of the fridge, but leftover night is a thing in our house, and leftovers for lunch is a thing in our house. We stretch everything that we can because I have to maintain that grocery budget. And you guys will begin to see this month I spent was $378 in meat, and I will probably spend about $240 in my Azure haul that I'll be getting, and that's going to be heavy in vegetables, and there's some dairy in there. Vegetables, dairy, a little bit of pantry items. I'm picking up some beans this month to can, but that is our groceries. Everything else I already have in my pantry. I've already stocked myself on tomatoes, and we have squash that we've canned. We have squash that we have put up for the winter months, you know, so I've got a few zucchinis in there and some spaghetti squash, some butternut squash, and you know, that way we're only going to Kroger's and getting vegetables. So basically lettuce, I'm trying to think, lettuce, probably some peppers if I want peppers, and onions, the occasional potato, but we don't do out of season like fruits and vegetables, with the exception of bananas. Bananas are relatively cheap. So I won't pick up strawberries and blueberries and things like that because it's not seasonal produce. And I'm trying to shift us to that. So my girls, you know, if they ask, I'll get them. But when they're out of season, I just kind of want to adapt to that. Okay, this is that time of year that we're not buying that. And when they're in season, then you take advantage of that sale of, you know, the strawberries and blueberries and stuff being on sale. But as we are continuing on, I'm going to shift more back to what Simply a Better You was supposed to be. We got a little off track with doing the homesteading thing, which we have now split our channel. We have the official Narker Homestead, which is our family name. So we have officially split that part off, and Simply a Better You will lean back towards more of that mom life and decluttering and living life to the best of our abilities and living life healthy. Going forward, we'll do a little bit more focusing on what I am purchasing and how I am sourcing food and the cost of it and how I use it throughout the month. That way you guys can get a really good idea of how we manage our grocery bill and allow it to last us the entire month without having to run to the store all the time. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video today. Go ahead and check out ButcherBox down below in the description. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, this isn't sponsored. I am not, although I'm a loyal customer, I will absolutely tell you 100% how it is. You can ask me about the quality of the meat, what I think of it, has anything changed? You know, do I think it's expensive? Feel free to comment down below, even if you've had an experience with ButcherBox and what you thought. If we start that conversation down in the comment section, other people can get an idea of what is ButcherBox. Do I really want to do this? Is it affordable? Yes, I believe so. If you are starting out, I would say set up your subscription. Start a little on the light side. They do have a box that I believe is like $125, and you can do every month. You can set it up to ship every 4 weeks. You can set it up to ship every other month. You can pause your delivery. You can, delay it however you want to do it. So as long as you're managing it, then your box will either auto ship every month, how you have it set up, or you can delay it if you'll be out of town. Let's say you're going on vacation. You don't have to give them a reason. Nobody's babysitting you and figuring out what you're doing. Why aren't you spending money with us? If you decide, hey, I can't do my regular $306 box, it's got to be a light month, you can switch it over to one of the other boxes. You're not locked into ordering the big box every month. If it's a tight month and you want to flip back to one of their other subscription boxes and spend $125, you can do it. You absolutely can do it, and you don't have to call them. You don't have to call, you don't have to email. You have total control within your subscription website to make all those changes. And every month you can go in and change out what you want to get. So if you want to order all chicken one month, or chicken and beef, chicken and fish, pork and fish, you can do that and make your selections. Totally up to you. So guys, shoo. So guys, I have got to get this in my freezer because I am jabbering away here and I'm actually watching my food thaw in front of me. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on my journey today. And as always, I bless you on yours.